Good evening and bienvenue, my fond fair friends, family, and subscribers. This is your humble narrator, Diomedes Rouge, here with you with part 4 of What If Issei Was the Reincarnation of Escanor? Wow, did you guys ever enjoy that one? So many comments, so little time. It made me blush. And considering so many of you were asking, including one of you very passionately asking, and another one questioning about it, and, well, what can I say? I will give the people what they desire, and what they desire is more Escanor. So, sit back, relax, and let's get down to business. Now, where we last left off was right before the training camp. So, after the whole insulting competition with the peacock, as I'll refer to him, Riser Phoenix, the peacock, they all, well, go for training. But of course, why? Because they desperately need it to get better because Riser Phoenix is technically undefeated and non technically only has a couple of losses. So, yes, he's actually a relatively big deal. At least to some people. But the funny thing is, Issei, before he leaves, his mother and father have a sit down with him. A little powwow, if you will. They tell him that his grandmother is coming over to visit from the Americas, from his mother's side, of course. Because if y'all remember, yes, his mother is American. And that she would like to talk with you before you, well, take off. She'll be in by tomorrow evening, so try and take care of that. He tells Rias about it, and they agree to wait at least until tomorrow night before he takes off. That day, he spends his time doing his standard training regime and working out, eating, relaxing, kind of anticipating the fight. Not so much nervous, more of glee. He's eager to face Phoenix. He wants to test his mettle, so to speak. However, the grandmother arrives. Now, this grandmother is not your typical grandmother. No, 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 no. She looks quite strong, considering her age. She walks up to Issei and does the whole cheek pinching bit. My apologies. Got a little tongue-tied there. Could be I'm slightly nervous about this part. Not this part in general, I'm talking about the whole part. Never mind. So, she pinches his cheek and they continue on. She sits down and tells him, well, in private, about their family history. How they come from a lineage, if you will, of strong, capable warriors. Lately, it's been kind of diluted, you could say. The last few generations of men haven't really gone to battle. They've more of gone into construction or actual businesses, considering the need for fighting is no longer necessary. However, she sees a spark of fire within Issei, and she's heard so many tales about him from his mother and the training they undergo, and how proud his mother is of him. And he goes, Wait, my mother's proud of me? Yes, don't you know? Well, she never really says that. She's your mother. She's always proud of you. You should know that. Well, yeah, it just would feel nice to hear it from time to time. She's afraid you'll get a big head. What, that I'll become prideful? Yes. See, a lot of men in our family have kinda had that trait on and off throughout the years. Really? Yes. Take your grandfather, for instance. He was, well, relatively prideful in his strength. Even though he wasn't the strongest around, he was still very prideful about it. However, at night he would always worry and become a little lackluster than he usually was, but come daytime he was always back to normal. Huh. I kinda feel that way sometimes too. Mind if I see the amulet? Oh, listen, Grandma, yes? There's something I should tell you. It's kind of broken. What? Let me see. She quickly reaches around and pulls it from around his neck. Wait, hey. I see. Oh, this is mighty. That's no problem. Wait, really? Yes, it's just a missing ruby. Nothing to be worried about. But it's a precious heirloom. Don't worry, we'll get it fixed whenever you come visit us next summer. But are you sure, Grandma? Of course, of course. Don't you worry a pretty hair on your head. As she reaches up and gives him the whole hair tuft. Now, what I want you to do is, well, to be quite simple, keep doing what you're doing. Huh? I know what you're doing. What? You're fighting. Um, how do you... That's an heirloom that's been passed down for generations. That doesn't just fly out from standard wear and tear. You've been swinging your body around in more ways than one. I am assuming you're fighting, either that or you may be doing illicit acts. No, definitely fighting. Uh-huh, you see? It's good to be honest with Granny. Of course, and again, Granny wouldn't mind having some great-grandchildren running around eventually, so maybe get started on those illicit acts. Yeah, tell your daughter to lighten up on the leash she has me on, because the last go-around I got grounded for a couple of months. What, you already started? Like, no, I just brought a girl home, and next thing I know, oh, who is this girl? Well, she's not really my girl, but she's just a girl in general, and Ma lost her mind. Mm-hmm. I see. Well, your mother was always worried that you might become a womanizer due to your, well, early perverted nature, but there's nothing too wrong with that as long as you find the right woman. Granny, relax. I won't tell. Now, shush, my child. Okay, now, I'm going to tell you what. Yeah? Here's my number. Uh-huh. If you ever feel like you're... And if you ever want to call me or talk with me, do so. However, I want you to remember one thing, and one thing only. What? If you ever feel as if you're on the verge of defeat during your fights, as if it's life or death of either you or your friends, as if the whole world is bearing down on your shoulders. Call out loud the name Rita. What? Trust me. It's an old family tradition, if you will. Huh? Just trust me. But that's a bit weird. I mean, what, did grandfather used to go... No. Only say that if you're actually in trouble. If you're actually needing help. But what if I just come across a girl who happened to be named Rita? Be like, do I just say, oh, hi, miss, the entire time? No, that's different. But trust me, whenever you feel as if your friends or your life is in danger, call out the name Rita. You understand? Not really, but sure, I'll gladly do it since you asked, Grans. You know I always love you, and well, if it makes you feel better, sure, I'll do that. That's my boy. Now give Granny a hug. And he hugs her pretty tightly, and she walks off. And about all the way back in her car, as she drives off, the illusion disperses, and you just see a very, very, very happy Merlin just going, uh-huh. Oh, this is going to be fun. Can't believe I had to disguise myself just to get that close, but oh, it's so worth it. And in case you're asking, no, Merlin is not his grandmother. She just describes herself as her just to get into the household to do that with Issei. You could say it's part of a plot. And knowing Merlin, she would never be up to a plot, right? She would never do anything or hide any secrets or anything like that, right? I mean, it's not as if she held on to most of the sacred weapons after they were lost from their owners, right? Where would Dio get such an idea? Like, come on, guys. We all know this would probably be in Merlin's repertoire by now. We all know this. Moving on. So, Issei's just going in his head like, that was weird. Rita. Why does that name sound familiar now? I don't know. And Issei packs up his stuff and hauls tail to meet up with everyone. He gets Asya up, and Asya's already there, my apologies. He goes off, and they're all waiting for him. Akeno says, oh, well, how is your grandmother doing? He says, well, she was doing fine. Really? What did y'all talk about? Yeah, nothing much. Fighting, girls, all that. Do you want to know about my personal life? Chat with me a little bit. Oh, and what did you tell her? Same old. Joined a club, got friends, doing some activities, standard club stuff. Right. Standard club stuff. Konako butts in. Yes, because fighting devils on a standard basis is club stuff. Well, to be fair, considering what we do, considering that it's the most fun I've had, yeah, I call it just club stuff. You're weird, you know that, Issei? Yes, but no one's complaining. Anyways, would anyone like something to drink? As he just notices, he just instinctively stands up and just kind of walks behind the bar. What? And they're all looking at him like, huh? And he goes, class selection of goods we got here. Let's see here. As he starts pouring up several non-alcoholic beverages. No, I'm not going there. And he starts slaying them out to everyone. Just like, where did you learn to do that? Just kind of came natural. As he just starts sipping a mojito, non-alcoholic. These are actually pretty damn good. How did you? Just came natural. That just came natural. That takes years of experience on how to learn. How do you know? I watch Bar Rescue on time to time. Yeah. To each your own. So, he sits down, and they continue on through the training program. They get dropped off. He has to carry all the luggage again, but he just packs it like it's nothing. And this is nighttime, Issei, packing it like it's nothing. Imagine what daytime guy's gonna do. Oh, yes. So they start their training, get more powerful, learn more skills. And he actually starts, well, hand-to-hand sparring with Konako. Now, the reason for this is he already knows he's not that great with a sword from his previous experiences with Kiba. However, he knows he's good with his hands. And he knows that Konako is kind of his opposite. He relies on his big, sturdy build and high power to dish out a lot of damage. Meanwhile, Konako is more focused on her high agility, high speed, and damn good damage. So you basically got tank versus DPS. And he actually is enjoying these sparring matches, just them going back at it, back and forth and back and forth. Occasionally Konako will hit him, he'll slide back a few feet into a tree, and he'll charge forward and boom! Knock her into a tree, and it goes on and on and on. Asia's there on standby to heal up anyone who's injured. And they all kind of relax and get into the bath scene. Not all together, separate baths and all. And Issei's just kind of going, oh man, this feels good. So good to unwind all those tight muscles at the end of the day. How about you, Kiba? Not too bad. Well, for a training partner, how about we train together tomorrow? I mean, sure, do you really want to? Yeah, don't get me wrong, fighting Konako's fun and all, but she's a girl, and I don't feel right going all out against a girl. Like, really. Like, don't get me wrong, I can do it, it just feels kind of awkward. Uh-huh. So you're saying you're biased? Well, naturally I'm biased towards women. I mean, have you seen Konako? She's an adorable little girl. She's an adorable little thing. She won't beat her cheeks at times. I'll kill you if you try it. She's through these balls, and that's the reason I haven't tried it, Konako. As he yells back, behind. See? Kind of adorable. Oh, what do you think of Asia? Oh, she's like a little sister I always wanted. Nice, kind, sweet, nothing like Mom. Yeah, like the little sister I always wanted. What about Akano? Akano's pretty cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like she's staring daggers into my back at times, or at least feels like I'm a mouse and she's a giant cat trying to approach me. But that's primarily the reason why I kind of stay away. At the same point in time, she's second in command around here, so I don't get in her way if I don't have to. I would like to get to know her better, but kind of scared to approach. Understandable. And Rias? Yeah, Rias is, well, Rias. She's lovely, kind, diligent, sweet. Not to mention voluptuous. You're like, wow, you really you really speak your mind, don't you? Don't ask a question if you don't want the answer, I always say. Well, there's your answer. Well, oh, and what about me? What do you think of me? You're a great dude, and I'm proud to be in this fight together with you. Whatever comes our way, we'll smack 'em down. Besides, with this transfer ability of mine, I'm pretty sure it'll come in handy whenever we have to do some actual smacking. Oh? Yeah. Like, so you say, but how does it work? Well, I build up a couple of boosts in my arm, and then I point at a target and transfer energy that I built up from the boosts. Well, so you're saying that whoever you transfer it to will gain the power, will gain what I have, plus the transfer, plus the energy I built up. So yeah, I'll return to base while they get all the boost. That's pretty darn good, yeah. How long does it last? Probably until you use it up. I see, so theoretically you could boost someone and they could hold on to that energy forever. Theoretically. I don't know if there's an actual time limit on it, but so far I haven't really seen one. I may have to test it out tomorrow. I know. I'll send a shot your way and then we'll test it out randomly. Be like, sure, why don't we try it? Meanwhile, all the girls are over there kinda red face just going, wow, he really doesn't care what he says aloud, does he? Nope. Do you think he realized we could hear him? Well, he knew Konako could hear him, so... And I realized I didn't lower my voice, did I? Nope, you didn't lower your voice at all there, Issei. So they probably heard everything I said, didn't they? Yep. I'm going to drown myself now. As the girls just start chuckling a little. Yeah, he's an idiot, but he's our idiot. True enough. But you gotta give him credit, and he's ballsy for standing up to Riser like that. Heck, not many men would stand up against the fiancé, much less a high devil fiancé, wouldn't you say, Rias? Yes, yes, I know, I know. So, he is a special guy. Indeed. So, when's the tournament? When's gonna be this match? After training camp's over in a few days. And we'll say a few days passes by. Last night of the training camp, Issei's wandering around, more anxious than ever. He is wanting at this sumbitch. He is kind of biting at the bit, just going, I can't wait for tomorrow, can't wait for tomorrow. This is going to be so much goddamn fun. Ow, that hurt. Okay, can't even use his name in vain. Shit. This is going to be so much damn fun. So, then he sees Rias kind of moping over there, and he just walks over to her and says, hey, Rias, what's, your mind? Come here, Issei. Sure. As he gets a better look at her in the moonlight and realizes, yeah, it's a pretty thin negligee she's wearing. Very thin negligee. He goes, ooh. I did not expect that. I come around and see you're fully armed. Well, you just landed critical hits. Very funny. Lay down, Issei. What? Sit down, put your head on my lap. Why? Because I told you to. Okay. So he does so. He lays down, puts his head on her lap, and she starts stroking his hair. He's like, in his mind, he's panicking to high hell, going like, oh, if Mom knew this, she'd kill my ass. But this is worth it. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to enjoy this. Screw Mom. Screw everything. I'm going to enjoy this. Why shouldn't I? It's like, he kind of just eases up his tension and everything. Be like, I see you finally become more relaxed. Yeah, somewhat. Why weren't you like this earlier? You're like, well, Mom was always afraid I'd turn out to be a womanizer, so she kind of raised me against that. So I've kind of developed a bad habit of turning away from women, so to speak. Aha. I see. You're like this right now. Yeah, that's because this is feeling way too damn good. I don't want it to stop. I'm saying screw it. It's worth death. Oh, really? It's that. It feels that good. Yep, worth death. You know, there's a likelihood Riser can kill you tomorrow. That overgrown turkey? I would like to see him try. He will. Hmm? You stood up against him. You not only did you do that, you insulted him in front of his family. Wait, I thought not his house. Well, yes, you did that there, but his sister is part of his house. Ew. Okay, wow, didn't realize that guy was a siscon. I don't believe it's like that. I think it's mainly because she's not old enough to have a family of her own, so she's default in her brother's family. That's still weird. Like, she does know he probably bangs every woman on his family, right? It's like, yes, I'm sure she does. Like, ew. That's gross. Now I have another reason to kick his ass. You don't really care, do you? About the fact that you could die tomorrow. I mean, I could. As he turns over and looks her, well, attempts to look her dead in the face, but there are two very hard to see through objects blocking his way. So he just turns a little bit red, but he carries on. Well, I could die tomorrow, yeah. But what's the point of worrying about it? Instead of worrying about if I'm gonna die, I'm just more happy to help you. Huh? The deal. If you win, if we win, you're no longer engaged. I'll make sure that if turns into a definitely. No matter what happens, I'll make sure we win. Even if it costs me my life. You can't die like that, Issei. I didn't save you just to sacrifice you. True. But that's what a pawn does. A pawn is a sacrificial piece. Granted, I'm 8 of them, so I have to be 8 times as careful, but in the end, I'm still a sacrificial piece. The first one out, the first one to attack, the first one to defend, the first one to go down. That's what pawns do, my lady. And she just bonks him on the head. Ow! That didn't hurt. No, but it made me, but not physically, but it hurt my feelings. I value you too much for you to sacrifice yourself like that. Huh? You're not just some dispensable pawn for me to throw away. You're part of my house, my family. You're not going to be throwing yourself like that. But what if anything happens, I'll take care of it. That's my job as leader of the house. Well then, Miss Leader of the House, let me tell you something. As he stands up and pulls her close. Remember, it's my job as a pawn to make sure that you don't get into a situation like that. So don't worry a pretty hair on your head, as he begins stroking her hair. I'm going to take care of everything, and I'm going to kick Riser's ass. Have a good night, my lady. As he walks off, Akano kind of wanders in as soon as he's gone, be like, smooth, isn't he? Kind of. He's got a tight butt, too. Akano. What? He does. You were staring at it, too. Don't act like you weren't. Be like, whatever. Anyways. So, you really think we're gonna win tomorrow? No clue. Riser's primarily undefeated if we're talking about his actual losses. But as long as we plan and prep, everything should be fine. Just relax and leave everything to us. Right. So the next day begins, and this whole match is starting off around 8 o'clock a.m. Oh yeah, I'm doing this. So, Issei is getting more and more pumped. And since they're defending, he and Konako are, well, where they're at in canon, the school, the gymnasium. They go to the gymnasium and everything. Oh wait, they're attacking. Yeah, they take off to the gymnasium. They enter in, and well, the whole shebang is waiting there. A rook, pawns, yeah. They're all just they're there, just ready and waiting. Chainsaws are roaring and everything like that. Just, oof, time for some fun. They're about to introduce themselves when Issei just holds up his hand and just goes, hold up. Before you do that, I need 2 minutes of your time. Oh, and why should we do that? Well, simple. You say you're about to kill me, yes? Or kick my ass, yes? Yes, you're about to knock us out of the park, so to speak. Yeah, go on. Well, simple. If you're going to be doing all of that, then the least I should be able to do is the least I should do is be able to explain something. It's like, all right. What do you want to explain? As Issei just kind of gets a feel for the area. And what I mean for a feel of the area, I mean the entire area. He's going and he's been boosting, his boost has been transferred straight to his senses, and he's just examining around, just going, alright, simple. Hey, Konako. Yes, you remember that combo move that we were talking about the other day? Yeah? I think it's time we pull it off here. As he goes, boost! Boom! And she says, what are you really? Yep. That's alright, I mean, they're a bunch of small fries. Oh, I know. As he picks up Konako and, well, transfer. And transfers as much energy as he feels comfortable with, about 30% of what his current power is, into her. And boy, does she feel it. She's feeling this immense heat just rise up in her. She goes, what the hell is this? Like, that's my energy. As he goes, alright, let's go. Konako cannon! As before he lets loose at the crowd, he makes a quick 180 and throws her straight out the building. And I do mean straight out the building. Like, whew. He yeets her through the wall and everything. Now, she's been transferred up with his energy, and she's fine through that impact. However, the Riser Queen, she's not so fine with that impact. She's not so fine with that at all. Why? Because Issei's target wasn't the pawns or the rooks. No, 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 no. It was the queen. It was the queen the entire time. Why? He sensed her ass. And I don't mean literally, but, he probably did. And threw Konako like a goddamn missile. Just, whew. Now, granted that she's been transferred with enough energy and that he's yeeted her with enough force of a cannon itself, well, when she makes a solid impact and it's going off right next to Akano, well, 2v1 is not good odds for the Riser Queen. Call back to Issei, on the other hand, and, well, he has to now deal with, what was it, 9-on-1? As he just smiles and cracks his knuckles. Oh, aren't you the brave man? Just tossing the girl out the way and everything. Oh, no, 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 no. I was aiming at your queen. What? Yeah, from the sounds of it, looks like I hit her pretty damn well. Nah. She's a rook of House Grimmery. She doesn't need to be here to deal with your pathetic, tiny asses. That's my job. As the two girls with chainsaws start rushing him. Burst! They rush him. He just grabs one of their chainsaws and then the other with this bare hand, not the gauntleted one, just the bare hand, and just kinda melts them together, welding the chainsaw and the chainsaw blades into one item. Just into one item that now just has two engines attached to this thing. Just, huh? What did you do? I ruined your toy. Get the hell out of here, you brats. As he just kind of backhands him to the side. Be like, not worth my time. The others charge, and next thing you know, just the announcer is just hollering out, Riser Pawn defeated, 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 Riser Pawn defeated. Just 8 times consecutively. Just, what the hell's going on? Riser Rook defeated. What the hell? Who was doing this? As they all look, as he kind of pulls up this, is just trying to look over there and just sees this, well, what was once the gymnasium is now just a smoldering wreck. Just like, oh, that was a good warm-up. I wonder how Kiva's doing. As he just kind of darts over there really quickly. Right, and Kiva's in the middle of the fight with the other knight. He's bringing out his multi-magical sword abilities, being able to create magic swords, which I have to admit is actually pretty damn badass. I would actually want that ability, because you create infinite amount of magic swords, and each of them have a different type of magic. Holy shit, that's awesome. How is he not main character material? But anyways. So, he's in the middle of the fight with her, and all Issei does is just kind of runs up, taps him on the back, and goes, transfer! Alright. Hi, Kiba. Bye, Kiba. Bye. Hi, Kiba. Transfer! Bye, Kiba. Yum. What the hell? Haha, that was a 5 times boost, you're welcome! That was a 5 times boost, you're welcome. And next thing you know, Kiba just unleashes an entire flurry of swords at this knight, just knocking them both down. Riser Knight defeated. Boom. What the hell? Riser Knight defeated as Issei just kind of is literally running and just goes plop, knocking her off to the side. Yeah, he's not flying in this. He wants to savor this fight that's coming up. As Riser is making his way over to Rias. Or rather, no, Rias is making... I can't remember which one's which. How they wind up meeting up or anything like that. I can't remember it. It's been a long time since I've actually watched the show. I need to sit back down and do it again. I am sorry, you guys, to deal with this terrible narration. I should be better than this. Oh well, at least the fight I'm about to describe's awesome, so... Next thing you know, you hear Grimmery Rook defeated. Riser Queen defeated. What? As Akino just flies over to Rias going, "Are you alright?" "Yeah, I'm fine," Akino says. What happened?" "Well, I was about to fight the Riser's Queen when all of a sudden Konako flew out like a cannonball covered in this orange energy and just plowed the ever-living crap out of the Queen. Just boom. It's like she was fired. Like she was thrown or something. We stood and fought her for a little while, and, well, she got a cheap shot on her and knocked her out while I was able to finish her off." Issei. What? Who else transfers orange-like energy into somebody? Oh, right. He's gonna get in trouble, isn't he? With Konako? Most definitely. She does not like being manhandled. Yeah. Granted, for her to even be able to be thrown in the first place... Yeah, she had to have some sort of trust in him, and I'm afraid that trust might be gone. I don't know, I think she might have liked it. Why do you say that? She was smiling the entire time she was flying. Yeah, right. I'm being serious, as Riser kind of busts in on the mood. Alright. Things have not gone according to my plan, but that's more than fine. I can still win this. Now I remember, they go over to him because Issei queens up in the actual show. My bad. So, Riser breaks the mood and just says, "Well, congratulations. You were able to defeat most of my house, all of my house, most of my house, without taking any damage yourself. Or any real damage, except for that cat girl." And that's whenever they hear, Riser Bishop defeated. What? How? And we're going to cut back to Issei there, who's currently being stopped by the little sister. "Who do you think you are doing? Huh? Some little common man getting in my way, getting in the way of my big brother. Do you not know who he is?" "I don't really care. He's insulted my house, and he insulted my mistress. The right for him to apologize is still available. However, I don't think he has enough pride to properly apologize. If anything, he's too much of a coward to admit when he's wrong. So, I'm going to beat him. Probably to death." "You can't beat my brother." "No." "Well, then I'll certainly give it a shot." "You have to get past me first." Flick! And I don't mean he said that, he literally just took his finger out and flicked her on the forehead. Granted, this entire time he's been running around, boosting, transferring energy, and boosting again. And the time has been going by. It's now around 8:30, I would say, considering after everything gets started, all the preparation time. Yeah, it's around 8:30 now, and yeah, he's getting all the more stronger. And he just gives her a nice solid flick. Unconscious she goes. Riser Bishop defeated. And off Issei runs. He is so damn giddy. He's like, this is gonna be fun. Kind of boring though. Wish I would have put up more of a fight. Oh well. As Riser is just going, I am going to tear apart your household one by one. You can't beat me. You don't stand a chance, Riser. I'm an immortal phoenix. No matter what you do to me, I will survive. I can't guarantee the same about you, though. As he starts unleashing a torrent of flames, and I do mean a torrent. Akino tries to block it, but it's not doing too much. While it's not holding up that well. While, one moment. While Arya heals her up. Basically, whatever damage she's being dealt, she's being healed by. That's when Riser notices her and, well, moves in for the kill. Rias does her best to protect her, but this isn't all-powerful Rias from, the last one, the last season. No. This is a more standard one going up against a very experienced High Devil. Yeah. I wouldn't say that he is able to outpace her, but she can't outright beat him, while he can just unleash an incredible amount of fire and eventually get past her. Her shields eventually break down, and, well, Asya gets roasted and then carted. Grimory Bishop defeated. Riser! As Issei has had kind of enough at that point and literally just stomps, just bypassing running up, just straight up flies, just jumps, extends the wings and flies straight up to him, shing an unholy smack to the face. Just burn! Which would, well, normally blow a person's head off, and kinda did, except the person in this case is Riser, which just meant it took the form of flames and reshaped itself, while Issei kinda went flying straight through him and about all the way to the barrier, making a solid impact and even cracking it. That's when he turns around and you just hear in the far distance, burst! And again, he flies up, hits him, gets a little resistance, and then just flies straight through again. This is a rinse repeat act like a good 5 or 6 times. Just boom, 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 boom. It's like a very odd game of ping pong, just trying to hit this target. And eventually Riser has enough, extends out a giant flaming hand, and is able to somewhat smack Issei down through the main building. Ow. That slightly hurt. As Riser pulls him up and just goes, I'm immortal, you dumbass. You can't kill me. But I most certainly can kill you. As he starts cranking up the heat. And I do mean he cranks up the heat. And Rias, I almost said Asa, Rias sees this and, well, Akino does her thing and unleashes unholy lightning towards him. Riser gets kind of annoyed and unleashes his unholy flames. And, well, in counter response, while Akino's lightning just kind of goes through him, the fire is just briefly interrupted by a few barriers, which go snap, crackle, then pop as Riser's flames hit Akino directly and send her flying. Then Kiba shows up using the black hole sword. Why? Because it's a damn black hole and it's a good way to get rid of fire. Riser gets annoyed at this and decides, well, if he's going to absorb my flames, then I'll just make sure that I just turn up the ambient temperature. And so he does, getting Kiba a little bit of heated, shall we say, until the floor underneath him suddenly starts burning and he kind of falls through. Why wouldn't he move around, you say? Well, there's fire all around him. Moving around just gets you burnt. But he can jump. Yes, he can jump. But it takes concentration to keep those flames up, and he's trying to save Issei. Not really gonna work. So he falls through, and then Riser, bam, flame punches him into the ground. Gremory Knight defeated. Akino is about to get up and fires a long-distance lightning bolt, which is then repelled by a even longer distance fireball that goes straight for her. Gremory Queen defeated. Rias is now left all alone. And he's cranking up the temperature even more. And this is actually beginning to hurt Issei a little. Why? Because he hasn't unlocked that full Escanor yet. He doesn't realize how high his heat resistance actually is. And even Riser's going, what? A normal person would be burnt to a crisp by now. Even a normal devil would be screaming in pain. But it's, alright, I'll just keep going. This is what he's thinking as he makes a deal. Listen, Rias, if you surrender now, I'll let your little pet go, despite of all the insults he's thrown at me. Just accept your fate and become my bride. That's all you have to do. That's all you're meant to do. You know you can't beat me. Nothing you can do can beat me. Just give up. I'm better than you. I'm stronger than you. And as you well know, I'm more. And as you well know, I'm just, well, more experienced than you. So accept your fate, and I can let all the transgressions of your little house slide. And you get to keep your little monkey boy. Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun dun. Rias begins to tear up. Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun dun. Fine, Riser. What? I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you, Rias. Say it clearly. Say that you surrender to me. Go on. Dun dun, dun dun, dun dun, dun dun, dun dun, dun dun, dun dun. I, Rias Gremory, hereby... Boom! All of a sudden, an extreme burst of high-intensity wind pressure just explodes out from Issei. And why do I say wind pressure? Simple. When heat rises, it knocks around. When heat rises normally, air is usually dispersed slowly. However, when you increase heat in a room rapidly, say with an explosion or very intense flame, it can usually knock wind around like, well, it can usually send air out like a summer gun. Reason why you'll usually hear a boom whenever a fire is lit with some sort of accelerant. It's literally knocking the wind around. And in this case, a big fire's just been lit. As they look, the freaking necklace, the amulet that was around Issei's neck is just shattered. It's been shattered. The ruby's gone. The lion head's gone. It's all gone. It's been scattered to the high winds. And you just see Issei getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And even Dreg is going, "Hey partner, who is this?" "It's me, the Welsh dragon." "Huh? Listen, I'm not gonna go into details now considering you're showing off, but if you win this fight, I'll let you have a little bit of power of your own." "Huh? Basically, I'll giving you a test. If you can win this fight by yourself, I'll gladly accept you as a master." "Oh, really?" Issei thinks in his head. "I need no servant. I am the being that stands above all other races. If you wish to grovel before me, then do so. If not, I don't wish to waste my time with you." "You're a cocky brat, ain't you?" "Alright, let's see how this goes, number one being." As Issei just looks dead at Riser. "So, you're better than me, huh? Who decided that? You're more powerful than me, huh? Who decided that?" As he takes a step forward. "You're more experienced than me, huh? Who decided that?" As he's looking down upon Riser at this moment. "What the hell are you? Is this the power of the dragon?" "No, this is my own power. Sunshine." "Sunshine?" "Indeed. And you ask who I am? Allow me to introduce myself. I am the lion sin of pride, Issei. And I'm going to break your body." "Huh? What?" Boom! As a solid thunderous smack hits him dead in the gut and sends him flying. Sends Riser just flying straight through the air. Impacting the barrier wall, mind you. Leaving a very solid crack, bringing up red lights everywhere in the command. They're trying to repair it and everything. Meanwhile, Issei just flies up and smacks him again, dead into the barrier, cracking it even further. Says, and this isn't even my full strength yet. As he smacks Riser again, sending him straight downward, making a crater into the ground. As he just drops and stomps on Riser's head. Now, normally, a normal person would be dead, but Riser's technically immortal, so the fight can continue. Riser's panicking. He felt those blows. He felt them. What's going on? Nothing should be able to hurt me. What's going on? Cruel sun! As a giant superheated fireball flies past Riser's head. What the hell? Flare! Destruction! As it explodes right before him, knocking him back. He sees what's going on, but he can't react fast enough as Issei just clotheslines him. Boom! As he falls into the ground and Issei just stomps on his chest. What the hell? I am lying. What are you? I told you. I am the lion sin of pride, formerly known as Escanor, but currently I'm Issei. Oh yeah, he remembers. He remembers it all. Yeah, that amulet breaking like that, under that extreme amount of trauma, yeah, he recalls everything. Sorry, failed to mention that. My bad. Got a little wrapped up in the excitement myself. Continuing? This is impossible. You died over 1,000 years ago. Maybe. Or maybe I was just biding my time to return, as he throws him straight back into the air. And then smacks him again. Boom! So he gets it flying towards the upper part of the barrier, smacking into it, cracking it. Issei is going around smacking this poor fool over and over. Each time he makes an impact and sends him flying, it's smacking and cracking a new part in the barrier until it looks like, well, have you ever seen a frozen egg? Have you ever frozen an egg and then dropped it on the ground to see all the cracks and ripples? If not, have you ever had a boiled egg and just tapped it a lot of times just to see all those cracks that form? Yeah, he's doing that to the barrier. Just by punching Riser and sending him flying into it. He says, Riser just says, enough! I don't know how you're doing this, but I can't lose. Oh? Then beat me. I'll give you a free shot. As Issei just opens up his arms wide. Come on, Riser. But just so you know, for every one shot you take at me, I'll deliver 10 of my own. As Riser unleashes volleys of fireballs, hundreds of fireballs upon Issei, just smacking him all over the chest, body, head, legs, torso, everywhere. But then one goes stray, and the stray one's heading straight for Rias, who was kind of caught up in all the action. And that's when Issei spots it. He spots it out the corner of his eye where that fireball is going. And he charges. But he knows he can't make it in time. He knows he can't make it in time. He's not fast enough. Unless... Come to me! Holy Axe Rita! As somewhere deep inside the gates of purgatory, Merlin is sitting with Rita as the axe begins to glow. Didn't think he'd call upon it that soon. Oh well, go on. As she opens up a portal and it flies straight out of purgatory and straight to Issei. He catches Rita and he hurls it. He hurls Rita with enough force to cleave a mountain, but he ain't aiming to harm anything. He's aiming at the fireball, which he hits, obviously. It's mother effing Escanor. As he, cleaves the fireball straight in half and knocks around a shit ton of wind pressure while he does it. As it's now 9 o'clock. Oh yeah, Issei's been battering around this guy for like 30 minutes straight. Riser is hurt. Like, he's not hurt beyond all damage, but he's hurt. It's the first time he's ever actually been hurt before, so he's just more curious and anything. What the hell? As he picks up the axe, 175. Huh? What? 175 fireballs you launched at me. I told you, for every one attack of yours, I'll attack you 10 times over. Oh, no. But that was before you launched an attack at the woman I love. Rias just goes, huh? I'll be right back. As he darts off. Merlin just kind of looking through her little orb and just going, huh? Did he just... Oh, I didn't expect that. I have a very, very bad feeling this is going to get very awkward. Why do reincarnations have to be such a pain? Meanwhile, back in the actual fight. My apologies, had to add that. Issei's charging at, well, Riser. Riser's panicking. He doesn't know what to do, so he unleashes all the flame he has, just blasting a huge torrent of it, just trying to at least slow him down, but it ain't doing anything. It's not even bothering him, as a cruel sun just flies straight through it all and just impacts him. Boom! How does this hurt? How? I'm fire incarnate. Fire can't hurt fire. You call that fire, huh? As Issei grabs Riser by the neck and holds him up. Little man, that isn't fire. You're a matchstick. I'm a sun. I am the lion's sin of pride, the one who stands above all other beings in this world. I am the one who will bring down a rain. My apologies. I am the one who will protect the ones I care about and destroy those who dare stand against me. For I am the lion's sin of pride. Now, die. As he, well, takes Holy Axe Rita and, well, slashes him straight across, well, the chest. I'll say the chest because he did promise to deal out at least 10 times the amount of attacks that he dealt to him, and he's going to start off a bit easy. What? No axe should be able to that. What is that? Holy Axe Rita. A weapon as divine as myself, no? As he makes another slash. Die, you bastard! As he releases, as Riser attempts to unleash another torrent of flame, point-blank range at Issei's face. Issei lops off the arm. Remember, you still have a few thousand left to go. What? You attacked me 175 times. By doing the math, 10 times 170 is, well, if I'm not mistaken, 170,000. This is going to take a while. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. Aw, boo. That's no fun. As Issei just kind of tosses the axe over his shoulder, just going, ah. Well, I wouldn't say tosses it. My apologies, I didn't describe that correctly. While still clasping the handle of Rita, he moves the blade over his shoulder, resting the rear spike up against his neck. That sound better? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And so, the games are over. House Grimmery won. And there's someone in the background just going, holy crap, he's back. Oh, wow, this is I can't believe it. That crazy son of a gun's back. Ah. I wonder how my granddaughter's gonna react to this. One of her sins already claimed the title of Lion Sin of Pride. That's not gonna sit well with either of them. We better take care of that. Or not. I mean, it could just be fun watching those two tear things up again. Watching Escanor fight like that, oh, it's gonna be beautiful. I can't wait. Well, this has been where I'm going. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed my little session, and I hope you all enjoyed the events that have transpired. This has been your humble narrator, Diomedes Rouge, signing off.